Today I'm going to be doing a film breakdown of Will Bowen. Most of these clips are going to be against Sam Hanley, so I'm going to talk a little bit about how to play against a big man. Then we get one clip from his game against Delaware. So here's our first clip. So main reason I put this clip in is I want to talk about picks from X a little bit. When you see a pick like this that's set really low, you don't have the option to get under it, which is what I would normally advise most defenders to be trying to doing to backpedal to that pick and then try to get under. But when a pick is this low, you're basically forced to get over it or switch. So especially with the big man, the biggest thing is he sees this pick, right? He saw it out of the corner of his eye. He needs to make contact before the pick he gets to the pick, or else Sam Hanley can drive him into it, if that makes sense. So if he doesn't make contact and Sam can just dodge whatever way he wants, Will won't be able to push him out. So Will's able to make contact and get him away from that pick so that Will isn't even clipped by it at all. So once he gets by the pick, we see him climb up the sideline. And what I want you to note with Will's defense is that he's able to use his left hand to seal that top side, which is the most important thing, because as a keeper, it's way harder to save that top side shot rather than something down the alley, and the slide's a lot harder to send. So he's able to seal him top side with that left hand by pushing him out. So he pushes him out, seals him top side, and he gets the shot off, but he's got stick in hands. He's down in the alley. I mean, this is a pretty easy save. Here's the second clip. What I want you to note about this clip is the subtle deniance of top side that Will Bowen presents when he's playing. So this little shuffle that he gives him denies top side just from a body language standpoint and sends Sam Hanley down the alley. And he's a little delayed. He's a little behind him because he's guarding that top side. But it's so much more important to send this guy down the alley. So if I go back, just watch this, that little right there. So he denies top side just a little bit and sends him down the alley. That's huge. It's the little things like that that make good defenders great. So when you're doing drills, don't only do drills where it's like you come into a drop step or you come into a back pedal and then you drop step. Think about coming into a back pedal and then maybe baiting top side and then drop stepping. Here's a third clip. So this is what I was talking about earlier with picks from behind. So with pick a little higher like this, you want to get under it, right? So we see him, and once he sees this pick and he tries to get under it, his sense of urgency just goes through the roof. He knows it's kind of a foot race from now because even if he cuts back, there's so much space for him to recover. He can go into a full sprint. So we see Will, he comes into this full sprint. He's in a pretty heavy trail position right here. So if you're not an athletic guy, this is going to be a goal. But with Will Bowen's athleticism, he's able to cut this angle because he can go through the crease and ride the rail. And the biggest thing here is just not stick checks, nothing like that, no trail checks. It's just pushing out. You know, you're in such a trail position, and he's regained a lot of space, but you're in such a trail position, the best thing you can do is just push out and get that bad shot. So he pushes out, and it's a question mark, and it misses the cage. Here's our fourth clip. Okay, so in this clip, we have Will Bowen right here. His man's an X, so he's not the slide guy. But what I want you to notice is no one is on this guy, right? And instead of just sitting there and basically saying it to himself, I'm not the slide guy, I'm not the two slide, I'm not gonna do anything, he makes the executive decision to go out and hit the guy. So I think what a lot of guys are missing in their game is like this sort of self reliance. Like you don't need to be the two slide, you don't need to have your goalie tell you to do something. If you see a pass going to a guy and you're close, like hit the guy. You know, it's like double, like play aggressive. A lot of defenders are too conservative these days. And a play like that's huge. Here's our last clip. So the main thing I want to note about this clip is just being comfortable with uncomfortable situations, right? Watch the lunge here as Sam Hanley retreats. He comes forward and he's basically trying to make that contact with Sam. So he's almost falling over. He's hitting nothing. And this is just such an uncomfortable position as a defender. So being able to, like, he's in a bad trail position now, being able to get out of this and have, like, hip strength, leg strength to pop out of that, just natural athleticism, that's where it really comes in play here. So we see him lunge, he's in a trail position. He's able to drive up. He gets a stick in his hands. This is even more uncomfortable. You're in an awkward V hold. You sort of have help coming, but what's really important is he almost falls over, and he still gets back up. He's got good balance, and he finds himself, right? Now he's in a good position again. It's like the slide drew a penalty, but he's in a good position, and now he knows he needs to just seal top side, and he's going to take some, like, diving shot. I think that's all I have for today. Thank you.